What's going on, guys? Get123 here with more Watchdogs, and just today, Ubisoft released another awesome gameplay trailer for Watchdogs, and this time it was 9 minutes. So today, what I'm going to be giving you guys is my breakdown, my analysis of this Watchdogs trailer, and if you want to see the trailer for yourself, go ahead and check it out on Ubisoft's channel, but what I'm going to do is give you the gameplay of it and kind of talk over it, give you my thoughts, my opinions, the things I noticed, as well as a little bit of background information where it is necessary. So we're going to start it off right here at the beginning of the trailer, and this is the Watchdogs environment. As we know, it takes place in modern Chicago, or well, Ubisoft's take on it, and basically what it says here is that the online environment and the single-player environment is the same thing. So what do I mean by this? Well, Ubisoft achieved something really cool here, and they achieved really what I was hoping for, and that is that it is a seamless transition from playing in single-player to playing in multiplayer. When somebody joins your game, it's seamless. There's no way for you to tell, there are no hiccups, there are no skips, no glitches, and the person entering your game looks like any other random pedestrian, which I think is really cool. This means that you can be playing in a single-player game, you know, playing through your campaign, and somebody can join your lobby and you're not even gonna know. It will tell you that you're being hacked, as you will see here in a second, but besides that, you know, there's no loading screens or anything like that. The single-player environment is the exact same as the multiplayer environment. You don't need to change anything. So, as you can see here, top left corner, you are being invaded. So as we know, this is what happens when somebody's joining your game, and for instance, this guy's name is Karsten. So basically, when he's joining your game, you gotta find out who it is. So what we're gonna do now is switch to the perspective of the hacker. Now note that this is just for the purpose of the trailer. You won't actually see the other person's screen when you're playing in your living room, obviously. This is just the two different screens of the two different people playing. So this is the hacker, and he's driving up in a taco van with a sombrero on top of it. I don't know about you guys, but I think that is awesome. And one important thing to note here is that when you are playing in your game, you will look like Aiden. You will be Aiden, and the other hacker will look like a random pedestrian. However, on the other person's screen, they will also see themselves as Aiden, but they will see you as a random pedestrian. So you guys will both see yourselves as Aiden, but you will both see the other person as random pedestrians, if that makes sense. I hope you follow me here. It's not too complicated. So this is really cool here. One thing I noticed is that, you know, obviously you're able to hack in anything. From the taco van, he hacked into the security camera, and here he's able to watch what's going on in the city. So from his taco van, he's watching the guy that he's hacking into, and he can see the guy's reaction. So now we switch back over to the man who is being hacked, and basically this is really cool. This is using some creativity and a really cool attention to detail that's in the game. As you notice there, he just fired off his gun. So why did he do that? Well, it makes sense. It makes all the pedestrians scatter and freak out and run away. Obviously, a real human might not react this way, so this is kind of how he's trying to trick the hacker into almost exposing their identity. You know, you want to see the difference between how pedestrians react and see if you can fish out the hacker amongst the crowd. So obviously, you know, that didn't work real well for him. He didn't pick up any faces or anything, but then he picks up something in the taco van. At this point, the guy in the taco van knows he's been caught, so this is where it is your duty to catch the hacker by whatever means possible. Obviously, you still have control of the city at this point and the things that you can hack into, but this is where a car chase and police chase is going to ensue. So now at this point, I want to give you guys some of my opinions on the driving. Right off the bat, the driving looks, this might be biased because obviously, you know, I'm a huge fan of Grand Theft Auto 5 and that's all I've been playing, so I guess I shouldn't compare it to Grand Theft Auto, but the driving looks a little cartoony to me. I feel like there's a lot of damage that should be going on to the cars as well that really isn't happening. As you saw, he rammed the police car there, and there's a lot of sideswiping going on, and when we get a glimpse of the side of that car, I feel like there's not even really any dents, so I'm a little disappointed by the car damage. The environmental effects look great though. There are plenty of dynamic objects flying across the street, light poles are being ripped out, newspaper boxes are being thrown across the street, the sparks and everything look great. The particle effects, awesome. So I give Ubisoft big credit there. However, my biggest complaint with the driving still comes down to the relatively cartoonish driving physics as well as the damage. So, I don't know. Back to the gameplay here. The hacker is getting away. He brings up the drawbridge right there because, as you know, you're able to hack into the city, so in this case, he gets away. Now, this is where it gets kind of cool. You get partial points for a partial hack, so these points will allow you to upgrade different skills and things like that, so as you can see there, new skills available. Press up on the D-pad to open your skills. And then this guy has to accept defeat, and he has to realize, well, he didn't catch the hacker, but there is one thing that I want to point out here, and I think that this is a great little addition. So when you hack somebody, whether you fail or you succeed, it'll put you in a temporary voice chat lobby, basically, where you can briefly talk to that other person. You can either say, hey, good try, or good job, something like that, or if you're a bit of a smack talker, then you can cuss that person out, you can yell at them, you can basically exchange any words that you want to. But I'm done talking about that because, as you can see on your screen now, we've got to talk about what's going going on here. This is really cool. What you are seeing is independent tablet support for Watchdogs, and this is one of the first video games to really integrate tablets with the video game and allow the users of both of these to actually interact. So what this means is that you can be on your tablet sitting on the toilet or in the middle of the woods, assuming that you have, internet service, and you can actually interact with somebody playing Watchdogs on their home console. So in this example here, you see somebody trying to outrun the cops. Now here's what's really cool. The tablet user is controlling the cops. That is what they're going to see on their tablet, and as you can see, they control the spotlight of the helicopter even. Just by using their finger, they control where the spotlight shines, they control hacks in certain parts of the city, they can raise bridges, they can cause car crashes, they can control traffic lights, and things like that. In all the meantime, the person trying to escape the cops has to avoid these booby traps. It has to avoid the helicopter and avoid all of the hacks that the tablet user is doing in the city. So this is where it's going to be really important to have an understanding of the city, know what you can and cannot hack, and know the streets. So that is really cool, and I can't wait to see the tablet support that comes with that. You don't even need a console, so I think that's incredible. One thing I will say, however, regarding the last scene that we just watched was the smoke coming out of the car from underneath the hood and behind it and everything. The smoke didn't look very impressive to me. I don't know. Something about it just looked, once again, very cartoonish, and I just don't know if it looked very believable. So anyways, okay, I'm done on that note. Now we are moving on to another multiplayer game mode, and this is basically what would be equivalent to a capture in Grand Theft Auto 5. There are files that you need to steal from this warehouse, and you're with a team of 2, 3, maybe 4 people. However, there is another team at the same time trying to steal the same files. So you run into the warehouse, and once again, everything is hackable. You can raise barriers, give yourself cover, and of course, in the meantime, try to kill the other team. So it was about at this point in the video that I realized the graphics for this game. I might get some hate for this, but honestly, I'm not very impressed by the graphics in this game. Maybe you guys can agree with me, maybe you don't, but I feel like these are very current-gen graphics, and I assume that for the gameplay trailer, they would want to, showcase the game as well as possible and really try to show the best graphics, probably on the next-gen consoles, but regardless, I just feel like these graphics aren't really all that impressive. They're not bad by any means, but they're not as advanced as I would like to see. However, when it comes to gameplay, that is a bit of a minor detail. You know, I'm not a huge person about graphics. Obviously, I want them to be good, but they don't need to be fantastic, but I just thought I should point that out. So it said about this point here that your team has stolen the files, and you all jump in the back of a truck, which is definitely a cool addition. In Grand Theft Auto 5, you can't get in the back of trucks. You know, if you even try to, you're gonna fall immediately and fall out the back once you hit about 5 miles an hour. In this, you can see they're driving like a maniac, and Aiden and the other guy are, chilling in the back, shooting at the car that's going to be chasing them, and all of these mechanics lead to a very cool chase scene and really ability to do car chases in Watch Dogs, which I really think is cool. So as you can see, they're doing everything they can to blow up the car. Here you can see more examples of the particle effects, which in this case I think look good. That smoke looked terrific. I just didn't think that it looked very good coming out from underneath the car's hood, but maybe that's just my opinion. I don't know. So this is another strategy. There's going to be multiple ways that you can, try to steal these files. The first time they all piled in one vehicle, but this is another example where they all take multiple vehicles. So this is just stressing the idea that there are multiple strategies. They really want you to be creative in doing this, constantly hacking the environment, and do what's necessary to beat the other team. And one thing you should pay attention to here is the destruction of that vehicle. When it exploded, the bumper went flying off, multiple things broke on it, and it really had some nice explosion physics. Contrarily, I was just saying how the crash physics weren't very good when they were driving. However, once it exploded, they looked great. So, I don't know. It might be too early to call that. That's the kind of thing that we might have to wait until the game actually comes out to really judge those things. So, as the trailer wraps up here, this game really looks incredible overall. I think the physics and everything and the mechanics and all of this are going to make for a great multiplayer experience, and one of my favorite parts is the fact that multiplayer and single player are constantly integrated. You can be hacked at any time, you can hack anybody, and honestly, guys, I cannot wait to get my hands on this game. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe for more videos like this in the future and more Grand Theft Auto 5 and things like that. And yeah, that about wraps it up. With that, I will see you guys next time.